Since the 1950s, 8.3 billion tons of plastic has been produced worldwide. Of that 8.3 billion tons of plastic, only 9% has been recycled. In this video, we explore the roots, consequences, and the pivotal role of plastic consumption in climate change. Oh, and solution. Let's start with the basics. Plastics are big contributors to greenhouse gas emissions, from resource extraction to production and transportation. They emit methane, ethylene when exposed to solar radiation, both in water and in air. Each year, a staggering 380 million tons of plastic are produced globally, with a shocking 12.7 million tons ending up in our oceans, endangering over 700 species. I mean, we've all seen this video, right? Plastic, due to its low cost and durability, is found everywhere in our daily lives, from packaging to bottles, straws, and bags. Until businesses switch to eco-friendly materials like paper, the cycle of producing and disposing of plastic will go on and on and on and on and on and on and on. Sadly, we tend to discard plastic items quickly because they're so cheap to make. And often, they end up in landfills. And since plastic's chemical bonds are so strong and everlasting, it typically takes 50 to 600 years to decompose. In simple terms, nearly all plastic ever made, whether in landfills or in our environment, still exists to this day. Currently, China leads the world in plastic waste production, followed by Indonesia, the Philippines, Vietnam, and Sri Lanka. These regions face significant challenges in managing waste plastic pollution due to rapid urbanization and inadequate waste management. Plastic is really bad, and this is common knowledge. But how bad is it really? Let's look at a few ways plastic impacts our environment. Number 1. Plastic is a major contributor to both land and water pollution.
Well, that's obvious.
When it's not properly disposed of, it can end up in our oceans and rivers, harming marine life. Number 2. Plastic production emits greenhouse gases, which contribute to climate change.
Well, it's not like you already said that in the beginning.
Number 3. Plastic is made from petroleum, which means its production contributes to deforestation.
Wait, what?
The more plastic we use, the more trees are cut down to make way for oil drilling and refining facilities.
Well, I didn't know that.
Lastly, there's the issue of human health. Plastic's harm isn't just limited to the environment. Microplastics are now everywhere. They're found in the air, the food that we eat, and the water that we drink, and even in our bodies. You might be asking yourself, just a bit of plastic won't hurt. Well, think again, because microplastics can absorb undesirable chemicals, like heavy metals, toxins, and pesticides from our environment. Human consumption of microplastics can result in increased exposure to these chemicals, and they might lead to poisonous effects. Ouch. So what actions can we take? It's time to change things. Say no to disposable plastic cutlery, straws, and single-use plastic. Embrace reusable options such as water bottles, tote bags, and travel cutlery. Prioritize products with minimal plastic packaging and support recycling whenever possible. While our individual choices make a difference, it's important to acknowledge that corporations have a far-reaching impact. If you believe companies can improve its packaging practices, raise your voice. Write a letter, send a tweet, or consider supporting a more sustainable competitor with your patronage. Thank you. Nevertheless, it's easier said than done. Surprisingly, the term plastic encompasses numerous different materials. Unfortunately, with the lack of awareness, various types of plastics are frequently mixed during manufacturing, rendering recycling a significantly more difficult task. This mixture might involve different plastic varieties or other components, like adhesive or metal screws, creating a bonding that makes it tough to separate and consequently recycle. So we all know that plastic doesn't just disappear as soon as we throw it away. But what if we didn't just throw it away? What if I told you that plastic can actually help us? The demand for traditional bricks has increased because of the increasing population. And these bricks are made from the soil of sacrificed fertile land. Eco bricks can easily solve this issue. So, if all of you could check under your seats, you'll find an example of an eco brick. I'm kidding. I'll give them to you. This is an eco brick. It's a reusable building block comprising of a plastic bottle filled with solid, non-biodegradable plastic waste to a set density. These alternative building materials provide a simple, low-tech solution to plastic pollution, and it allows us to take personal responsibility for the plastic that we have consumed. A bonus is that all of this is achievable without the need of special machinery or skills. Eco bricks are durable and will never crumble, making them ideal for construction materials. They are used to create furniture, walls, and even houses in developing countries. This issue directly connects to the Sustainable Development Goal Climate Action, SDG number 13. Plastics production and disposal emit greenhouse gases, contributing to climate change. By tackling plastic pollution, we make progress toward a more sustainable and climate-resilient world. Phew, that was long. I'm looking really tired right now, so let's just end it. In conclusion, plastic pollution is a global crisis rooted in our choices as consumers. Let's be mindful of the plastic that we use and advocate for change. By recognizing the issue, the causes, and what we as an individual can do, we can combat plastic pollution and shape a brighter, more sustainable future for all.